There was one client I had who I provided a quote for, and we didn't know each other. We got introduced, so I provided the quote, and she said, "Yeah, really happy with the quote, but I've had a look at your website and social media, and I'm really impressed with what you're doing, and I definitely want to work
Angle
with you."
because so many people have a small business
Yeah,
and they're functioning
yeah,
very fine.
yeah,
But
yeah.
actually, with a little bit of social media coverage, they would actually find that that will increase their audience
Yeah.
because people are looking for what they're offering.
So how I do it, yeah, I've got my 4 different services, but literally, I like to do
And
bespoke.
adding this,
So
and then someone else just makes that the same, so basic, and you
Yeah.
think, but why didn't you just say it like that?
yeah,
Because I get it.
for myself and explore new pastures because I felt like I'd kind of hit a ceiling, and so no longer need to invest in night courses in college
Yeah.
and stuff like that. You actually have access to up to date information that's always coming out.
Welcome to the Today We Won podcast. I'm so happy to be here with a special person to me right now. This is someone I go real far back with. This is someone who has taught me a lot in a very short period of time, and I love that to the core. Actually, my older brother, guys, but don't tell no one else that. So, with no further delay, we've got Simon.
Yep.
Welcome to the Today We Won podcast.
Yeah, man.
Love my broski. So this episode is all about why media presence is so important
Yep.
in a business sense.
Yep.
So just for the viewers, just a little bit of context about yourself.
Mhm.
How did you get into media and how did that work for you then, just on a an introduction basis?
Okay, so I've been in the media space for about 8 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I first started by volunteering at my local church.
Okay.
So before then, just go back a little bit further, I was a transport planner. So I worked on major road designs, major highway designs.
Perfect.
So all the metro extensions through Birmingham, going from Wednesbury to Merry Hill, all over Birmingham. I was part of the design team for that.
Okay.
I was part of the design team for M6 Junction 10.
No way.
So I was part of the design team. I didn't construct it, so you can't blame me for
literally just
for all the delays and stuff like that.
That was headache, but
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. I thought they was going to do a lot more with it. If I'm honest, I thought there's maybe put like a Costa or a Starbucks on there, but it has enough around it anyway. But yeah.
So yeah, I did that for about 8-9 years, and then I loved my job. If I'm honest, hated the corporate world.
Yes.
And all the politics and everything like that. So I made the decision to come out of that. And then I had a bit of money set aside. So I took time to rest to decide, okay, what do I want to do next? So so then I started volunteering at my church, just putting out chairs in the week for different services. And then the
That's
person
beautiful.
who was volunteering doing media said, you fancy having a look at the Facebook page for me? I'd never really done social media on any kind of business level. I was like, yeah, I'll have a look at it. And then my pastor approached me about a month later and said, we've just had our website done. To be honest, it's rubbish. It's taken the page, a whole minute to load up and whatever. Do you want to have a look at it? And I was like, yeah, because I'm good with computers. I've never done any of those kinds of things before, but I've got a brain that will figure out what it is and how to do it, and I'll just do it. And then so yeah, I redesigned the website, started looking after the Facebook page, and then I opened an Instagram page for the church as well and linked them together. Bought myself an iPhone 7 Plus. So I just thought, right, okay, I'm going to start my kind of journey taking photos of the service, try and show a little bit of what was going on in the services, etc. And then it started from there. And then literally it went from there to, that was in the July, I started working there full time, 30 hours a week. And then in the November, I got the opportunity to fly abroad to Australia.
Really?
So it's an international church collective of churches.
Convention.
That we're doing a worship and creative conference.
Mm-hmm.
And so, big up to my sister Emily. She worked for
man.
Emirates at the time.
Big sis.
So I got 90% off flight. So I went to my pastor and I was like, look, there's this conference that I can go to. We know the church. We've sung their songs for years, this, that, the other. I can get cheap flights. What do you reckon? He was like, yeah, perfect. So literally, I went to Curry's the day before I flew out to Sydney. I bought myself a MacBook Pro and I bought myself an entry-level professional camera.
Okay.
Didn't have a clue how to use the camera, but I knew I'd find someone there that and so I went out there for about a week, had an incredible time, got to meet a lot of people backstage. These people tour every year. They're really good. They've got huge like church leading media ministries and stuff like that. So then I learned a lot there, wrote so many notes down and kind of came back. And then it kind of took me about 6 years fully to completely roll out the blueprint of what I'd learned from that church. But I was able to develop my photography skills, and then I started incorporating video into it as well, and using lots of video editing and creative arts kind of like that. And then we were broadcasting our services as well, so proper TV cameras. So I had to learn how to do all those things and then develop and build teams with photography, the video, the live stream.
The lighting as well. The lighting is so important. I'm sorry, bro. I was just thinking like in them setups, you've got the music, you've got the lighting, and I know, but they don't. But you're the man behind the button with 50 billion buttons.
Yep, definitely. So then developed all those different teams where we had different volunteers volunteering each week, and then one of my good friends, Mark, was working on the sound for a while, and then he went and got a different job, so I incorporated the sound into it. So I kind of developed and ran the whole creative department for about 5-6 years. And so, but my biggest thing I would say is the vast majority of stuff I've learned is YouTube. So,
bro,
I encourage everyone.
YouTube is next level.
Yeah, it is, because it's all free.
Yes.
It's all there. People are getting paid for the content that they're doing and they get subscribers. But literally, I had a massive change in career from, transport engineering, the corporate world, to the creative space. And so you no longer need to invest in, night courses in college and stuff like that. You actually have access to up-to-date information that's always coming out.
And on that point, what I love about YouTube, big up YouTube because that's where we was at. But now really what I love about YouTube is you have so many different people talking about the same thing in so many different languages, in so many different levels, in so many different depths. So you've got your entry level, like where you would find a blah, 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 thesaurus for dummies or this for dummies. You've got that type of level, but then you've got the people that go to the next level. Then you've got your people that have like studied it and then they go to a next level. And there's a channel for everyone to learn at their pace.
Yes.
That's what I think is so amazing, because even in this podcast game, just a real quick one, I learned so much from YouTube, and I've got to big up everyone. I've just got to big up YouTube as the host and the platform. And then I got to big up everyone. There's too many people that I've drew inspirations from, but you know what? Just the different websites, the different people and on their platforms was so important, because I can watch someone and they can tell me this, and then I can watch someone else and they can add in this. And then someone else just makes that the same, so basic. And you think, but why didn't you just say it like that? Because I get it. Totally please carry on, my bro.
So developed my skills over the time. And then I finished working for my church in August 2023. And I'd already set up my business in the background, because I'd had it in my head, right, I want to go freelance completely for myself and explore new pastures, because I felt like I'd kind of hit a ceiling. Which I was happy with, because my pastors allowed me to expand and expand and expand as I went along for those 6 years. So I'm really grateful for that. I built a podcast studio as well, and different things like that. And so I was ready to, for new challenges, etc.
Yeah,
So
develop,
yeah,
expand.
so I've got my own business now, which is Alexander Media Creative, and so I do professional photography, videography. I do web design, and I teach social media, and also I'm a content creator for different other people as well. So yeah, that's my journey over the last 8 years.
Wow. So I was going to say, for the people that would like to get in touch, because again, there's a lot of people, you said it first, like church or small business or whatever, they're operating, people know about them, but they don't have no social media coverage.
Yeah.
How can these people not only get in contact with you, yes, via the website, but what I'm saying is, how easy is it to contact you and just talk? And is there tiers, like an entry package and then an advanced package? So an entry package would be like, yeah, we'll teach you how to set it up yourself. An advanced package could be like, yeah, we'll teach you how to set it up yourself, but we'll also regularly update your. So is there some type of tier packages that people can get hold of your services?
So how I do it, I've got my 4 different services, but literally I like to do bespoke. So I'll come and sit down and talk to you and see exactly what you need.
Yes.
So one of the biggest things that I have in my heart is to make affordable media solutions for people.
Yes, perfect.
I'm not into the charging, the 10, the 15 grand and trying to do this, that, the other, and whatever. I want to work with local businesses.
Yes.
So in essence, in order to contact me, it's at Alex Media Creative. Alexander is my middle name, but Alex Media Creative on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
All the socials are just there, my bro. All the socials are there.
And then, my website is www.alexandermedia.co.uk. And then on there as well, I've got a selection of ebooks, which have been written especially with businesses in mind.
Okay.
So one of them is, for instance, an ebook introducing an online digital presence and the importance of that.
Excellent.
For businesses. There's another one that looks at the 6 main social media platforms.
We will put all the links to these books. Sorry, please carry on. I just want to add, we will put all the links to these books, but we'll also put the links to the website as well. But we'll put the links to the books because that's covering exactly what we're here for today. But it's just an important angle because so many people have a small business and they're functioning. Very fine. But actually, with a little bit of social media coverage, they would actually find that will increase their audience because people are looking for what they're offering.
Yeah, definitely. One of the biggest things is social media is inevitable. I know some people are very hesitant towards it, and that's understandable because it can be a very good thing, but it can be a very toxic thing. It can be a very time-consuming thing. It's a great servant, but it's a poor master, as most things are. And so it's trying to find the right balance. So I'm in the process of helping a few different people that I know, some paid, some just through just helping my friends kind of bring their businesses up to speed and trying to increase their presence online. And that's the biggest thing, because what you have to think about is you can have a successful business and it's successful now. However, the next generations are coming through. And so where is the biggest thing where people communicate and look at things? It's social media. People will look for a social media account first before website.
That is your new yellow pages. That's your new yellow pages. That's your new checker trade. That's your new verified by, that's your new Trustpilot. It's your let me see your social media presence, because more than likely I can get hold of one of them, or I'm active on one of them. So let me look for your one here. Therefore, I can have a peek at what you do, whatever the business be. I don't need to ask or get any quotes because some people can feel a bit uncomfortable with time wasting or feel like they have to make an inquiry and follow through and all that. So we will have a little peek at a glance from a distance. And then we'll go to the website and then we'll make a call and inquire. And it's very true, absolutely true.
Yeah. So I had a client who I'd been introduced to, and they'd asked me for a quote for a couple of things. And so the thing that was really encouraging for me, I'd spent a lot of time on my website and my socials. And so it's not, I'm not saying, oh, it's a world beater or anything like that. But what I made the decision was, especially when I went full-time, it was 17 months ago, was right, I'm going to make sure I've got all my services on my website. I've got a page for each one, making it clear, making it concise, giving examples of the different types of content that I've created before. And I personally use my social media platforms as a portfolio predominantly.
Perfect.
So people can see. So every time I go out and I'm doing work with someone, sometimes I'll do a selfie with them just to show the relationship that I've got with them. And then once I've edited their stuff, I'll put, let's say, a snapshot, maybe 4 pictures up, or the video promo that I've created and whatever. And then that allows people to see the work that I've done. So there was one client I had who I provided a quote for, and we didn't know each other. We got introduced. So I provided the quote and she said, yeah, really happy with the quote, but I've had a look at your website and social media and I'm really impressed with what you're doing and I definitely want to work with you.
Perfect.
That was encouraging for me because I was like, wow, it's kind of like you don't really get feedback from people. There's a lot of stuff, especially when you're trying to market yourself, where, you know, because you're working for yourself, you won't have a manager come and say, well done, you've done this and this, that, the other. But it was really nice to be encouraged by that particular client because she was like, I've had a look at your work and it's brilliant. I want to work with you. And I was like, oh, excellent. So having an online presence is important because you want to be able to showcase people, okay, this is what you do, and you can update it regularly in your socials. Especially, I'll go into websites in a bit, but especially keeping your social media up to date. You haven't got to post every day, 2-3 times a day and all that, but just posting regularly.
I was just waiting for you to finish. That is so important because another thing we do when we go to these social media platforms and these angles, we have a look, and then we want to know when it was uploaded. Was it recent? Was this 5 years ago? Was this 2 years ago? Oh, it was last month. It was 6 weeks. It was within a week ago. It's perfectly fine. And to be fair, it's perfect because when you're watching people, when you're watching people on social media and you get to see when they uploaded it, it gives you more peace of mind because you're thinking this is recent content.
Yes.
Back to YouTube again. When I'm looking for videos, it could be videos about how to present a podcast. It could be videos about how to interact with my guests. Then I don't want to watch a video of 5 years ago. I may watch a video of 5 years ago, but what I'm most interested in is one that was up 2 months ago, one that was up 6 months ago, one that was up last year, because this is still giving me very current and up-to-date content now, as opposed to me just getting information and thinking, right, this was fine then, I run with it, and then actually I realised the tide has changed. The tide's gone out. It's totally different now. That was 5 years ago when people are using different media to deliver their points or different equipment to deliver their points. And, you know, so it's very, very important to have up-to-date stuff. And like you say, you don't need to post every day, but you do need to post frequently because that's what keeps people engaged. And it also keeps them interacting with you. You know, if you've seen something that was uploaded a few months ago, you're like, wow, this is amazing. I'm not really likely to comment on anything across any of the platforms if it was 5 years ago. I may look at it. I'm definitely not interacting with it because it's too old. If you see me lurking through your 5th year post, you're like, hey, you seen the recent stuff?
There's a random like. And it's like, you're stalking me.
5 years, big man.
You know, when you're stalking someone's socials and then you like on accident, you're like, right. Because you know that notifications coming through and it's not going to cancel.
Straight through. I agree 100%.
But yeah, it's important because, like you said, a lot of people will come across your content on the feeds, and then they'll have a look and think, okay, so they posted last week or they posted, let's say, a month ago, and then they'll look at your frequency. And it's important that people see that, okay, they're up to date and they're posting pretty frequently every now and then and stuff. Like I said, and this is what I teach my students, because I teach social media and content creation.
So pause on that point. Yep. I want us to come back to that.
Okay.
Which is it.
Fine.
I want us to come back to the you teaching the students, because one, I want to know, I want people to see how they can get involved. And two, I want people to know what you teach. So please carry on with the point, but I'm just putting that on your radar so we can revisit.
Yeah. So I teach content creation with an organisation called Blackrock Academy.
Okay.
And so we work with them in conjunction with City of Wolverhampton College.
Oh, perfect.
And so I've been teaching them this week, actually. I normally teach, there's two theory weeks and there's 2 video weeks. So I predominantly teach the video content creation using your smartphone, using CapCut. So, but one of the things that we tell our students, I was telling them yesterday, actually, do you know what? Posting regularly is good, but that doesn't mean daily. So, for instance, if you set off with a social media strategy where you're thinking, I've got to post every day, or you're watching loads of these trending videos that are telling you to post 2 to 3 times a day to get this kind of growth, it's all a load of rubbish. It's a load of rubbish, because I've tried it and it doesn't work. But when you look behind what they're talking about, they're always trying to sell something. They're always trying to get the views. They're always trying to this, that,
pull you into to help them justify their numbers. But actually, when you try it yourself with their theories, you're not getting the same traction.
You're not getting the same traction. So, but I said to my students yesterday, I said, let's say, for instance, you come up with a social media strategy where you post once a week. If you post once a week for a whole year, when you look back, you've got 52 posts for the year.
Yeah.
That's actually incredible. As opposed to setting off, even posting every day for the first 2 weeks of the year, and then it goes to probably every other day, and then there's nothing for months and months. And so you've posted probably about 14 times in the whole year.
As opposed to 52.
52,
Guaranteed.
and it's consistent.
And also, sorry, just on that point, the posting of every day, if you've got content that you can post every day, go through and have a go. But if you have content where we're just putting out scrap for the sake of posting every day, you're actually damaging your own brand.
Yes, definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, definitely, because you want to make sure it's quality.
Yes.
So if you can work on one piece of content that you can work on and you're really happy with, and you put it out, and you can do that once a week.
Yeah.
Like I said, when you look back from January to December, and you look back, first of all your followers will be able to look back and think, oh, wow, they've posted every week. So that shows that you're dedicated, that you're consistent to your audience and to that platform.
Yeah.
And then also, you've got 52 posts, which when you look down your Instagram feed and you look down, you think, wow, that's a lot.
And you've got, like you said, because what can happen is you look down, you see your own growth, but someone else says, oh, this video that Alexander's just put out today is brilliant. Let me look, see if they got anything else. And then they just scroll and they think, oh, this one is also helpful. And then, oh, this one's really helpful. And then, these guys have been posting for time. And like you said, that consistent, frequent posting builds confidence in your brand.
Definitely.
It really builds confidence in your brand.
Yeah. And also, one of the things that I learned, I've learned a lot about, let's say, burnout and becoming a slave to culture.
Yes.
So to social media culture, where they're telling you, do this, do this, do this.
And you're doing it, you're
comparing yourself, and you're like, oh, in order to get successful, I must hustle. You end up working 80, 100 hours a week, and nothing financially is changing.
Yeah. No
and then
reward.
You get disheartened.
Yeah.
And then you get burned out, and then you lack motivation, and then it takes so long for you to recover from that. And so it's important to make sure, especially in this content creation world, that you take your time, you pick a pace, a slow pace, you decide what you want to do and how you want to do it, and just stick to it, because it's the long game.
Yeah, Will Smith had a bar, and it's brick by brick.
Yeah.
And I love Will Smith, I really do. I know he's had whatever negative press or whatever, but I don't think that will change my views on him ever. I like Will Smith.
Yeah.
And his brick by brick really resonated with me, because how that made me feel was just like he said, if you do one at a time, you'll get your wall. That's what it was, brick by brick, make a wall. But you don't make a wall all in one, sitting, you know what I mean? You had a brick by a brick, and it's so important, because good bricks, good useful content is more important than slapping everything on. Your wall's all like a frigging snake. It can blow down and fall down at any minute. It has no sustainability.
Yes.
And therefore, it doesn't have no real foundations rooting it. You know what I mean? Like, so then you're easy to fall off. You're easy to let go. You're easy to let the dream go. You know, we all have that voice who creeps doubt into our minds. We all have that voice.
Imposter syndrome.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Even when I was going to start this, I had the same thing. So I'm not talking about something I don't know. I'm talking about my own experience. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the second I got in front of the cameras and I set everything up, the words just flow and everything starts to work. And I think, I can do this. And it's that brick by brick, you fall forward, you fall upwards, you fail forward, you fail upwards. You know, you're moving in the right direction. And it may not be something you're an expert in, but because you're consistent, you get yourself into a flow and a rhythm that when you look back at your 52, you think, rah, that was where I started. This is where I am today. I'm so confident now. I can actually teach someone something. And that's what it's also about as well, passing their baton backwards and helping them save time as opposed to just your own personal journey. That's why I wanted you to lead and expand about you teaching social media, because back to when we started this, you said that you had to learn it all yourself and you didn't know all the shortcuts. You had to go and seek this advice. You had to go and seek this information from somewhere. Unfortunately, by the grace of God, we had someone and somebody, some people who passed on some real information to you, which then you can hold on to and pass it on again like a baton to someone else. And that is one of the best things I like about this social media platform. Before, you're Alexander, I'm Twissup, I wouldn't necessarily want to collab with you because you would feel like I'm taking your crowd. I would feel like you're taking my crowd. Now on this social media platform, everyone is collabing together and we go up together. That I'm very happy to be a part of, if I'm absolutely honest. You know what I mean? I'm really happy to be a part of that because everyone gets to work together as opposed to seeing each other as competition, which is, I understand, but like we all watch how many different programs. We're like Adidas, Nike, and Puma, you know what I mean? Or the other way down. And the same, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. You don't need to just wear one brand because that's who you are. And what's it, brand affiliation or associated, whatever. You don't need to just stick to one. Like, you can branch out, you can mix and blend, I like it. I really do like it.
Well, it's funny you saying that. You're spot on, because that's what I've been teaching my students again. Like, so we look at the theory of social media and then we look at the practical stuff. And I was saying actually this week to my students that, do you know what? Back in the day, everything was competition. You know, everything was like, no, you can't do this. And then there's so much wisdom that was kept within each party.
Gatekeeping.
Because everything was exclusive. Whereas nowadays, actually, people are sharing. The whole thing of sharing and opening up. There was a lot of things. I think Elon Musk, he had blueprints to a specific product. I can't remember what it was. But what he did was he put it out. He put all his blueprints out on the internet and people went and developed so many different things and actually helped him. And it's the change of mindset. And when you actually come together, it's like, you know, on Instagram, for example, now you've always been able to tag different people in your posts, but now you can have a collaborative post where you both own the post. And you can normally see like Twissup, and
Yes.
6 others or
Yes,
5 others.
yes, yes.
And so now what you can actually do is you can both share that audience, and then you'll have people from my audience and I'll have people from yours.
Facts.
And like you said, we grow together.
And one thing that, like you said about the collaboration with the Elon Musk thing, I don't know what Elon did, but he's always up for disturbing the peace.
Yes,
in the
yes.
right way.
Yeah, in the right way,
that could be putting it out there.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to say he's causing trouble. But
And it's US government now, so be careful.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but
Big
what
up,
I'm
Elon.
saying, what I'm saying is, in regards to, we used to dream of having PlayStation and frigging Xbox on the same platform, and I think it might have been Fortnite or one of them. I think it was Fortnite that said everyone's allowed to play at the same time together
on the same servers.
Yes, and all of a sudden, FIFA started doing it. Call of Duty started doing it, and everyone started saying
Grand Theft Auto and all them.
Opening platforms. Where before, it was never a thing. You could never do it. You was Xbox. You stayed Xbox. If you wanted to play with anyone with a PlayStation, you buy the damn PlayStation, or that's you done. Like, you pick a side. And whenever everything's opened up, it was so brilliant that, like, now I play with one of my pals. He plays with me on his Switch. My cousin, he's got a Xbox, the new thing. He had PlayStation, but he's got Xbox, the new thing. We play on Fortnite together, and he gets him and his Xbox boys, and me and his sister, we play PlayStation, and we collab. So you got 2 Xboxes, 2 PlayStations, all in real time, and it's lit. It's absolutely lit, like we call cross-platforms or whatever.
Cross-platform,
and it's so important that these things come about, because this is always a thing, man. This is not a no 2020 business. This is the thing that they were just holding on to it for time. Do you know what I mean?
What they've realised, the big corporate companies, is actually when you open things up, it generates greater revenue.
Yes.
When you actually open up, I mean, I'm a Bible-believing Christian, and so it talks about generosity, give and it will come back to you, pressed down, shaken together and running over. There's lots of secular people who are multimillionaires, and they say, actually, however you think of the world, putting things out in the universe or whatever, they say, actually, the more generous you are, the more that comes back. 100%. I believe that's a biblical principle. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it works.
Yes.
When people are a lot more
tested as well.
Yeah, when people are a lot more open and people are a lot more generous with their information, people will receive you better.
Yes.
Because you're not suspicious. You're not treating people in a certain selfish way.
You got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
And you're also bringing people through. I was talking to one of my pals about this thing where when you collab together, you not only, like you say, exchanging audience, but you're changing more people's lives, because people are able to see that actually you can cross network and collaborate and get a better final product.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
And actually go further. So instead of me with, let's say I've got my 500 followers and you've got your 500, it's this, that. Actually, we can collab.
We got $1,000 now.
And then when we've got $1,000, but we've got more than that, because when we collaborate with our posts, then the social media algorithms are like, these people like this. Oh, these people like this. Your subscribers grow. My subscribers grow. And then the algorithm of the platforms, whatever platforms you're using, starts to push out your content even more to different people.
Yeah, because more audiences may find this appealing.
There you go.
Just like you say.
Yeah.
I've got some 8 quick fire questions. I love it.
Okay.
I absolutely love it.
Yep.
So just as quick as you can off the top of your head.
All right, okay.
Okay. Hot or cold?
Hot, definitely.
SUV or sports car?
SUV.
Drive or be driven?
Drive.
Early start or late finish?
I can do mornings. I can do both, really, but I'll probably say early start.
I like early start.
Yeah.
Night in with the family or night out with the wife?
Not even with the family, because it's all of us together.
Yeah, that's nice, bro. Media man or cameraman? So the man behind all the buttons, maybe laptop, iMac for you, but Apple Mac, whatever it be, or cameraman, as in, you know what I mean, like you do the cameras as well.
Oh, okay. Media.
Okay, cool.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Behind the scenes. I like that sentence. Go out your way for people, have people serve you.
Go out my way for people.
Brilliant. I've got here football or NFL.
Football.
Okay. NFL or basketball?
NFL.
Brilliant. Fly, travel. Sorry, so traveling. Fly or boat?
Fly, definitely.
Okay. That's it all. That's it all.
Too much like this. Sometimes I'm like, nah, no, thank you.
See, I like the boat, but for me, like, so I've been on when you go on the boat, the ferry. That's
Ferries.
it, the ferry.
Yeah,
Yeah, when you go on the ferry to Ireland, I went on
Yeah.
there. I like the boat, and it's good when you go out and you look down and you see all the water and it's all of that. It's great until you start to look around and all you see is water. All you can see is water. That all right, time to take yourself inside and then go play in the arcades or something. It's too much. Do you know what I mean?
Too much for the brain.
It's too much to process. What do you mean? Just water.
I know,
all around me.
it's true.
That's it.
Yeah,
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
So if I was to, I can't even swim to land because I can't see it. Do you know?
You just cling on like the Titanic.
You know what I mean? Jack. No,
oh my gosh.
So if you was to give any advice to somebody that doesn't have a social media platform and it was one piece, what would that piece be?
Okay, so I'll relate it to business.
Yes, please.
So what I would say is start off with one platform.
Okay.
So, and do some research. So it depends. So not every social platform fits every business.
Mm-hmm.
So for instance, for someone who is selling services for homeowners, for example, I would recommend start on Facebook first.
Yeah.
Because of the general demographic of people who have Facebook are probably 30 and upwards on average.
Yes.
Because we were the ones that were the early adopters.
Yes.
And so generally we are either homeowners or we rent or whatever. We've got those
or
kinds
we're
of
ready to start to, we're ready to cross over now. We're ready. We've been in relationship long enough and we say, let's get our own spot. So just want to add that in.
So that general demographic, that's where you want to, that's the platform that you want to you focus on.
Yes.
If you want to sell things to, let's say, a younger audience, then you're starting to think about TikTok. Definitely is one. Snapchat.
Yes.
And then even with this next generation, some of them aren't even on Instagram. They are at times. But video-based ones.
I agree. It's reels for them because they like the reels, and the reels is still TikTok. But YouTube has the reels. Yeah. Instagram has Facebook has the reels as well. But it's the reels that the younger generation tend to connect engage with. That's what engage with.
So I would say pick one to start with.
Yeah.
Do some general research. You can find a lot of research on Google. And like I said, just start slow.
Perfect.
Just start slow. Come up with a strategy that you want to do and be consistent and be clear and make sure all your business information is readily available in the bio. So because a lot of people will put stuff on there and none of their information's on there.
Bro,
so how are people meant to get to
I had a man, I have to big him up, so his name's Jonathan. John, my boyski, big up you. And he said, bruv, why is your links not in your bio? And I said, I don't know. So it's going in there right now. That's a great question. And it's true, but it slips your mind because you're so active and you're like, right, boom, I gotta boom, I gotta boom. And then like the last thing you think is change all your bios to make sure that it presents your message. Yeah. You know, you've got your website set up or maybe your platform when I say website set up and stuff like that. So you've got your platform, you're posting content, you're sharing content, you're making sure that the information's recent and up to date. But the last thing you do, unless you've created that platform in that moment, is put all the information on it because it's like at the back of your mind. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So that's 100% true.
Because with all your content, some of the stuff is just literally showcasing. You're not always sell all the time, but you want to have a call to action in there. So you want to encourage to say, check out my website or check out the rest of my IG feed to see if you're selling products or services. This is what I've done before. Check out this, that, the other. What are they clicking?
Yeah, it's true.
If there ain't nothing there.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true. No, 100%. I agree. And we have a closing tradition on this podcast. What 3 things are you grateful for? So again, they could be like real quick, or they could be really in depth and heartfelt. It's your stage.
Okay. So I'm thankful for Jesus, first and foremost. Without him, forget it. Simple as that. I'm thankful for my marriage with my wife. Love her to bits.
Yeah, I love my sister still. Big up, sis.
Yeah, man. Big up, Rach. And then my babies, my girls. They're both in high school now. They'll be teenagers, next couple of months. But those are the three things. Those are the three things that give me hope, gives me encouragement, keeps me grounded, and reminds me of why I make the decisions that I make in my life every single day.
Absolutely love that, my bro. Absolutely love that, my bro. That's beautiful. No, thank you very much. And finally, as we close, this is social media plugs. So we put them already through, but I want them all over again. So is there anything else anything to do with you? So this is where all the plugs go in right now. So
if you visit my website, www.alexandermedia.co.uk, you'll see all my services on there. And I recently launched my online shop where there's ebooks, and now there's actually website landing templates.
Okay.
So what I've got is I've got an affordable system to build websites. So people can have a landing page to start off with. So there's many people, let's say in the trades, where you're a plumber and, people know who you are, it's word of mouth, but you're not anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I've created website templates like that for a plumber, that you'd be able to at least have a one-page website to begin with. And then there's other templates for an About Us page, portfolio page, lots of different ones that are very cheap. So you can affordably grow your website as well. So all those tools, the ebooks and the website templates and all that, are all geared towards small to medium-sized businesses,
startups
and different things like that. Like I said, my socials are at Alex Media Creative, and then for my online shop, it's Alex SME Help, which is small, medium enterprises. That's what SME.
Yes.
So yeah, man.
And that's taught me, because I seen that and I didn't understand what that meant, but we see it, we move, we share it, we post it. But no, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man.
Absolutely love you.
I love your setup. I'm proud, man. I'm like my little bros. I've got a 3-point camera system and all this stuff, man. Checking out your laptop. I'm like, all right, bro. Steady on. Love it, man.
Nah, man, absolutely brilliant. Welcome to the Today We Won podcast, guys. Like, literally, it's something that it's growing from strength to strength to strength. And even it's nice to have different people send me videos and they're like, Wargwarn, my people. And I'm like, about that? And I'm like, this is nice. Like, it's growing. It's getting a little bit of traction. Follow, share, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know the scores. You know how it goes. Like, that it's beautiful. And we're all here to grow together.
Yeah.
And we're all here to help one another, because at the end of the day, no one really knows what they're doing on this planet. So if we really work together, at least we can come up with a collective idea and collaborate and get further forwards in something that we want to do. And at least if you know a little bit more, you can pass the baton back and share information with someone else. And that's so important to me. So
man.
Today We Won, guys. Big love and respect, man.
Big love, bro.
Big love, man.
Nice one.